Here we go. Life Talks. The first one topic is, do you play well with others? I know that the topic's title sounds like play with others. What are we, children? Let me clarify. You've probably heard that saying before, so-and-so plays well with others, or so-and-so doesn't play well with others. But let's talk about you. I'm sure you're an adult or a young adult. Do you interact well with other people? And I realize that not everybody is a people person. You don't have to be the person that gets along with everyone. One of the things that I learned a long time ago, and I had to remember this, was I'm not going to get along with everyone. Not everyone is going to like me. And I remember when I first noticed that, because I'm a people pleaser, or at least I was a people pleaser. And I've grown and I've changed in the sense that I'm not trying to please people, but at the same time, I'm not trying to upset people. I am who I am. And in the past, I would get along with 90% of the people. So anytime I'd come across that 10% that for some reason they didn't like me or care for me, that caught my attention. That wasn't the norm. I wasn't used to that. And I didn't like to upset people. Not to the point where I can't sleep at night because I'm thinking about that person. That's not what I mean. I mean more like I was very surprised when people didn't like me for whatever reason, whether it was customer service, whether it was in school, whether it was at work, wherever. But one of the things that I've learned is you cannot please everyone. And I'm not the individual that is trying to please everyone. I'm going to respect everyone, that's for sure. And if I notice that for some reason we kind of clash, and that does happen with a few people, then I'm still going to, do my part, remain professional, and do my part, and that's it. If it's a professional relationship, that does happen. When you work with someone that you can't stand, or they can't stand you, or you clash, that does happen. Again, remember that. But if it's in the professional environment at work, be professional, and you can count on me doing my part. But what about the individual that maybe you've seen out there that has conflict after conflict after conflict after conflict with people, with the majority of people? And those people do exist. That is an unfortunate situation because life isn't that complicated. Life should not be that complicated, where it's just obstacle after obstacle after obstacle when it comes to people. I've seen people that have conflict often, and then I think to myself, what would I do if I was in that person's situation, and how would I react? What could I do to make it a solid professional or personable relationship? In my personal life, I have friends that maybe I have one individual that I can give you an example. When I met him when I was 17, and I was a punk at 17, and at 18 and 19 I was a punk. But I matured and I grew up. I finally grew up in my 20s, mid-20s. And for some reason over the years, this person treated me as if I was still that 17, 18, 19-year-old punk. I guess he still saw me as that, and I don't understand why, because I had matured and I had grown and I wanted to have a good relationship with this person. But I realized this is one of the individuals that I have to limit my activity with, because he will get on my nerves, and I can go back to being a punk if I had to, which is not a good thing. So I just realized, you know what, this is an individual that he hasn't grown or matured, or for some reason he's stuck in 1989 when we first met. And so be it. I don't talk to him that often, but I still do appreciate him, and he is a good person. But the best way I can say it is we are different. Now, what about you? Are you an individual that gets along with people for the most part? And I'm not saying 100%, I'm just saying for the most part. And I do realize that there are people that don't like to interact with people. I am an individual that I love to interact with people. I'm not the life of the party, never have been and never will be. I'm laid back, I'm real mellow, I love to have fun, I love to laugh. But at the same time, there are people that you know what, if I notice that you're this way, I'm not trying to change you. I don't believe in that either, but I'm going to keep my distance. So what about you? Do you play well with others? And if the answer is the majority of the time, yes, great. If the answer is the majority of the time, no, why? You know, one of the things that I wanted to talk about in a different topic is, and I'm not going to, at least today, but I'll bring it up, is how often do we look in the mirror and look at not our outside appearance, but look in the mirror of who we are, how we're doing things. Is it working? Is it not working? Why is it working? Why is it not working? And so forth. Look in the mirror sometimes. That's what I have to do. I do that often. I do that weekly. And hopefully, you know, you can get something out of this where if your relationships are going well, personally and professionally, great. If not, is there room for improvement? And in my life, there is constantly room for improvement. This is Life Takes, the first one. Do you play well with others? Take care.